Hey, welcome to WonderFest World Stream Series. Today is a special day because we are here on Wednesday. And I'm your host, Arlene, and before we start, we acknowledge the land we are meeting on is the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa and the Haudenosaunee and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit and Métis peoples. We also acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13 with the Mississaugas of the Credit. So today we have Tatyana Kalko from New York joining us. I am very happy that we're going to chat with her again. She was on the initial World Stream series when we first started in April, so it's good to catch up with her and see what's up and have a chat with her. So before we start, I am going to share a song. This one is called Sing Your Heart Out. I feel like you want to say what's on your mind. Don't worry what they say about you. It's time. Let the melody take over. Let the music help you through. But you wanna say at this moment, pretend there's nothing left for you to do than to sing your heart out. Sing your heart out. Sing your heart out. Sing. Just sing. Oh, make sure you throw all the noise away. Speak out the love you want to portray. Be sure to speak your mind, believe every single line that you wanna say at this moment. Pretend there's nothing left for you to do than to sing your heart out. Just sing your heart out. Sing your heart out. Sing, just sing. Oh, be sure to speak your mind, believe every single line that you release to those hurt and hope their hearts are now learning that they can too. Just sing their hearts out. Oh, sing their hearts out. Sing their hearts out. Oh, sing, just sing. That was Sing Your Heart Up. And I'm going to invite Tatyana Kalko on. I'm just gonna click. Hold on a sec. My tech girl is off today.
No, you're
and
fine.
Here she is.
You are fine. Okay.
Oh my God. Hi.
Yes. Wow, so soulful. Your song.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm so thrilled for your songs.
Well, thanks for having me on. It's just really nice to connect with you, and like I just feel you're so just woke. I know that's a silly word, but
oh, that's so funny. That word, I understand. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm excited to catch up and chat with you about being woke.
Yeah.
after a couple of your songs. So I'll have you take it away.
So I'm going to do a piano one first. And this is one, it's a COVID song. It's called COVID Co That. And I was inspired to write it for a group that I'm in, or a shul. I sing with a shul. And it was like a challenge. So at first it's like, I'm not going to do this. And then actually something came of it. And I quite like it. It was, it helped me process some of the feelings. So I hope you enjoy it. Nothing to distract my mind. Finally, life is unhurried. All I've got's unlimited time. Nowhere to be and no worries. Then why am I freaking out? Because everybody's talking about COVID, that. Have you seen the numbers grow faster than your cortisol? Everybody's sharing those news clips, clickbait, funny memes on internet. Is pandemic over yet? You won't see me crying. Well, at least I'm not alone. So many friends just staring at a wall. Nothing beats moving back home to remind you how deep you can fall. I'm so very tired, like all the time, because everybody's talking about COVID, that. Do we want to vaccinate? Try to keep your facts straight. Everybody's pushing their online webinar. Funny how by staying put, you can really go far. You won't see me crying. No, said I was crying when everybody's talking about COVID, that. Oh, everybody's asking, can we keep the curve flat? Everybody's talking, but do they hear? Everybody's talking in my ear. Everybody's talking about COVID, that. COVID, that. COVID, that. Nothing to distract my mind. Finally, life is unhurried. Woo! That is COVID, that. Yet to be released. Arlene! I know that she's there, but it's weird. It's like,
I am here.
Okay, cool.
I love that song so much.
It's really fun. And yeah, just really hits home for me.
It's so good.
So the next one I'm going to do is one that's out on Bandcamp. You can download it directly there, and there's a lyric video to it on YouTube. It's called Found Yourself. And here it is. How do you know you found your soulmate? How do you know you found the one? Will they know you're thinking of them when sun is high and day is done? People think love is all butterflies and flowers, but it can make you cry and shake for hours. Don't believe the first time is it. You may find love, but have you found yourself yet? Have you found yourself? When you see explain explain the unexplainable. In a book, nothing is the same. And you learn that happiness is attainable when you know to call it by its name. People think God goes unrecognized and hiding in a church or under black robes. If the abiding don't believe in the vain or rehearsed, you may find God, but you must lose yourself first. You must lose yourself. How do you know you've met your soulmate? How do you know you found your match? And will you ever survive this feeling like there's an itch you just can't scratch? That's Found Yourself. Go find it on Bandcamp.
I love it. Oh, it's so good. Can you talk to us?
Sorry?
One sec. Oh, there we go. Can you talk to us more about that song? There's some really nice lyrics in there, and it just got me thinking, and also reminding me of going within and pretty much just being.
Yeah, it's maybe not directly about being, but like if it evokes that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for me there was a discovery of there is this spiritual life and something metaphysical that exists that was really giving me a lot of meaning and kind of like a new way of looking at life. And so I wrote it just through that lens, and also through a retrospective lens of looking at past relationships and, why people are in our lives sometimes.
Yeah.
And how, they really help to for better phrasing, like find ourselves, or, at least access parts of ourselves that, we didn't know existed, again, for better or worse.
That's true.
But it's a whole growing process, and how that's connected to the divine and God, and the God within us. And so I think it was a time when I wrote it where like my whole perspective was shifting.
Oh.
To include the divine in,
right.
And that came out. I can't say it's ever really conscious, like when I'm writing.
Yeah.
I maybe you have that feeling of like, oh, these lines are just coming, and and then you make sense of it later.
100%. There's a book I was reading. I can't remember if it was Eckhart Tolle or if it's Dr. Joe Dispenza, but they were talking about when we're in our creative state. That's what happens. Like it could be whatever it is to use the universe. It's God. It's like this energy that flows through us, and it just either whether you're a painter or like a sculptor or anything creative, and then we get so focused that sometimes for me, like I'll write lyrics and then I'll be like, where did that come from? Because you're just so focused into the words, into that whatever that energy you're putting on paper is. I'm assuming that that's what happened.
Yeah, I'm thinking as you're talking about it that it's like this process of allowing, and it really is being, because it's like such an incremental or like a minute awareness of every every moment, and like giving in, like saying yes to these thoughts that are coming, you know, and then dealing with them later. Like you can edit, but you know, if something you really, yes, do surrender, I feel like, to whatever wants to come through.
Yes, I love it. Oh, you gave me chills just you explaining it.
And
that's
also
awesome.
The idea of, I don't know, writing from pain and writing from like perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of pop songs today they use that pain.
Right.
And I think they kind of cycle it. It's not necessarily, you know, you just it keeps going, and then you feel the pain, and it's like, I don't know how productive that is. So.
Well, no, I think that's important, because I remember there's a bunch of singers, like, for example, I remember Sarah McLachlan talking about it's easier to write from the pain and the sorrow. In my opinion, in my experience, it is much easier to write from there. Mm-hmm. Whereas if I'm writing for like a celebration or something of happiness, I start to second guess myself. It's not that I'm not a happy person. It's just it flows easier when it's like all this angst, and because I think it wants to be released faster. Mm-hmm. Than whereas if I write something about happy, like I want to stay in that kind of ecstasy of the happiness that maybe I don't want to. I'm just thinking out loud now.
Right. It's not
I don't want to. Yeah. It's so interesting. I'm assuming that you find it therapeutic, in a sense.
Yeah, it can be. I think people who journal in general, like I don't always have a strong journal practice, but you know, it depends. But it does, like, something about the coordination and your hand. I feel like your body knows a lot more than your mind, you know, like thoughts. So there is something just therapeutic about having like this tangible like thing on the page, and it's not in your head, you know, and then of course when people can connect to it and they kind of relate to it, and you're like, well, wow.
That's true. You had this song out. Did you just release it?
This one, Found Yourself? A couple months, I think.
Okay. And I'm just curious, because I saw on your Instagram that you had it, either you performed it on air or they played it on air recently.
I was on a Russian
cool.
Yeah, they didn't do that song, but another one of mine called Heat. That was a fun experience. Yeah. So
talk to us about it.
It was a competition, actually. This competition called I Sing, and like every week there was a head-on competition between one other person, like two people, right? And people would call in, and so I came on. And my song was in English, but the whole interview was in Russian, and we talked about my childhood, I guess, growing up and and immigrating, and I don't remember what we talked about, honestly, but it was really fun to be in like a studio where like an actual radio producer, and you know they had commercial breaks, and it was cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Radio Freedom FM, I think.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. So before we get to your last song, there's another post that I saw. You had this, like, you were talking about exercises and like just this morning pose. Yeah. And the reason why I remember that is because I was just like, wow. And like what we were talking about, the body knows more. Can you talk to us about that practice?
Sure.
I mean, and not that I'm saying like, oh, do you do it all the time? But like, there's different things. Like for me, meditation, I have to make myself do it. Like on my calendar, because I'm a visual person. So every day, if I do it, then I can draw a little heart over the number. And I
love that.
And then because I have OCD too, like if I don't see that the whole calendar isn't filled with it, like if I skip a day, then I'll be like, So my OCD helps me in that respect. But like it's tricky. Like there are different things that I guess we learn to better ourselves, and I just want to know about your experience with that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not always the most consistent because I just like trying a lot of different things. And I'm like, oh, what works for me? But definitely, yeah, meditation and moving. Like, well, this practice, it was Donna Eden's like energy work. If you
Hold
look
on.
up
Let
YouTube.
me give you a bigger.
Oh, cool. All right. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And basically, it's like there's exercises that are like between heaven and earth, and you're just like reaching and sort of
cool.
I like it because like spiritually you're also connecting like this world with the upper worlds, and so that really resonates with me, and sort of bringing down like this divine light into our world. And
awesome.
Yeah, and then this is just like opening up and receiving, and thinking about all the things that we want to receive and spread, and I can't say like I think doing more mindfulness stuff, whether it is meditation or therapy or journaling, like I do see, yeah, I'm not a saint, like, nobody is. And sometimes, it's a facade, and so just being okay with like wherever I am.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure. And you should give yourself credit, I think. Like, I think it's a process for everyone. Like, I see Tom Forth is on our live stream. He's one of our past performers, and he was here to talk about mental health. And he's always supporting our show and watching it. But he was talking about just having walks. And I think like just something like people exercising, like, doing something for themselves. I think that's more than doing nothing. So.
Mm-hmm. And I thought that I had recently is that I always feel like I'm not doing enough service, right? Like I'm not giving enough or something. And maybe there's a gap between where I am now and kind of where I want to be, but also I had the thought that just like working on myself, just healing certain parts of myself, and then like sharing that already is so useful, I think, to the world.
Yeah,
and like
100%.
Things that people really don't focus on. I think it's quite radical to do.
For sure. And the world wants to see the best Tatyana Kalko ever.
Yeah, and like the most just like real too, and I think really connect to that.
Yeah, for sure.
But I do find, I don't know, maybe we're going, I'm trying, I don't know, like at some point, right, I was trying to just wean off of like, maybe I don't want to do any kind of practice. Maybe I could just be, right, like be present and notice. But at some point there's still like a longing, I think we are like we are spirits in a human body. What is that?
Yeah,
that phrase.
Souls and
something, having a human experience. So I think there's this longing for something more, and for like a deeper connection. I think through these practices, through taking a walk, nature. I think a lot of people at this time like really want to just get away and be closer to nature. And there's a big shift happening. It's exciting.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot my question. Let's get to your third song. Talk to us about your third song.
Okay, this is called Orphan of Love. I saw a comment there from someone. Thank you for that. I'm glad you're enjoying the talk. Orphan of Love. This was a project that is ongoing with a nonprofit called Kojeko, and I was doing oral history, so interviews with Russian Jewish seniors.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. And like I'm going to continue. It's just sort of stalled a little, but and the idea is I want to take these stories and make songs, make something contemporary and something that like everyone can connect to, because these stories kind of need to be told. It's very therapeutic.
Awesome. Incredible. All right.
Yeah. So this is actually
Take it away.
someone's story who she shared with me, and she was an orphan for most of her childhood, and growing up in Kiev. So you'll hear a bit of that. I can't leave someone in misery. I learned from my mother, who left me after the war. Odessa in 44, she was up to her old tricks, left me an orphan of love, marooned on an island, fresh out of luck, with so much to give. Orphan of love, waiting for you to take me home. Ooh, I can't. We make our fate with our own hands. The first man who caught me is where I'd land. His heart as pure as the vodka he endured. How was I to know he was an orphan of love, marooned on an island, fresh out of luck, with no more to give. Orphan of love, waiting for me to make him whole, waiting for me to make him whole. Orphan of love, the past all behind me, not giving up with so much to give. Orphan of love, with you right beside me, not giving up, not giving in. Orphan of love, orphan of love. I finally found a place to call my own, place to call my own. Orphan of love. I finally found the place to call my own.
Oh my God. That was so gorgeous.
Thank you.
Oh.
Yeah,
So-
and a lot of the lines are like directly from the interview.
Oh my
That
God.
was my process of, finding what had the most emotional impact and content, and then seeing how to weave this story. Thank you, Tom.
Wow. That was, I'm just like reflecting on it. So do you share these songs with them after, or is it, are you able to?
I wasn't able to just yet in person, but through her grandson, and so hopefully he played it for her. But we did do a Zoom concert in April, and brought people did improvisations based on some of the stories.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God. This is incredible. I'm like losing it.
No way.
I like that kind of stuff. The stories are just like their lives, like that's all they knew, but it can definitely touch other people's lives. Just even like this, your song, Oh, and your voice is gorgeous, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
No problem. Thank you for sharing.
My dad
So
helped me with
wonderful.
that song a little bit too.
What's that?
My dad helped me with that song a little because I was home and he was like, "Oh yeah, go here," because he has like a really great ear for that.
Oh, that's cool.
So
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Tatyana, for joining us again and sharing your sweet tunes.
oh, thank you. Wow. I'm feeling like renewed and inspired again.
Oh, so am I.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Excellent.
awesome.
Well, hopefully I get to see you in person. If not, maybe before we'll do another one of these.
Oh, I would love that. I would.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah. Well, take care and stay safe.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye. That was Tatyana Kalko. Make sure you guys follow her. She's incredible. What a radiant spirit. What a great end to my workday. I hope that you guys join us. We're all here now once a week. I'm hoping to get live shows happening in October, but we'll see. But this is my way to connect with you guys online and to connect with artists from around the world. Next week, we have an artist from Mexico City. Thank you to our friend Michel De Quevedo. He introduced us to a guy named Silvano, and I'm excited. And then after that, we have someone from Calgary, and then after that, we have someone from San Diego. So stay tuned every Thursday at 7 p.m. My name is Arlene. Make sure you subscribe to all our channels and stay safe out there. Wear your mask. Bye. Oh dear. I'm trying to